A Day to Wear a Top Hat. Written by Kathleen Watkins, illustrated by Margaret Anne Suggs, and published by Gill. Pigín was very excited because Nanakit had got him tickets for the Dublin Horse Show. Early one morning, the little piglet raced up to Nanakit's house as fast as his trotters would carry him to collect the tickets. When Pigín was sitting in Nanakit's front room, Cian raced in the door. "Come on out for a bit of football?" he asked. Pigín was delighted to see Nanakit's grandson. Though he was tired from running up to Nanakit's house, the thought of a kick around outside made the little piglet leap out of his armchair with excitement. Out they went, and Pigín gave the ball a great big kick, so big that it went over the cliff. "Wow, Pigín, that was a mighty kick," Cian said. "Fine trotters indeed," Pigín replied. "Let's go get it," Cian said, and they stumbled down the cliff right onto a very muddy path. The ball had disappeared. "Forget the ball," Pigín said. "Let's play in the mud," and he dived onto the path. "Yippee, this is fun," Cian said as he joined Pigín in the soft, brown, wet, dirty, sticky mud. They shrieked and giggled and rolled around until they were covered in mud. "We look like two big bars of melted chocolate. Let's show Nanakit," Pigín said as they climbed back up the cliff to the garden. "She might not recognise us," Cian replied. They fell about laughing at the sound of the mud squelching as they walked back to the garden. Nanakit was very cross when she realised what they had done. She ran out the back door. "Stay right there, you naughty boys," she said as she hosed them down. Cian and Pigín squealed with laughter and shrieked when the cold water washed them down. "Come in now and shower," Nanakit said, wrapping them in big warm bath towels. The pair emerged from their showers for their tea. "We're starving," Cian said as they sat into Nanakit's big cosy armchairs. "Now I'll make more fresh tea," she said, shaking her head and smiling. What the little piglet didn't know was that the fairies had a surprise for their friend. They had just finished making more beautiful clothes for Pigín, including an outfit for the Dublin Horse Show. They had also made a top hat for Pigín and his friend, the Badger of Ballsbridge. "Please put them in a big parcel and go to Pigín's house," the Fairy Queen said, placing the folded suit and top hats in a box. When the parcel was ready, she said the magic words, "Gilly gilly," and sprinkled it with magic powder. Oofle dust," she said, and suddenly the parcel developed arms and legs. "Yippee!" the fairies cried as the parcel ran out the door to deliver itself to Pigín. Pigín was thrilled with his new clothes. "Wow, 2 top hats for the horse show," he exclaimed. He sent a text message to Badger. "We'll go on the Dart on Thursday to see the horse jumping. Nanakit has given me 2 tickets and we might get to see the President of Ireland." Early on Thursday morning, Pigín went down to Nicky's place at the pier to get a side of smoked salmon for the President. "Good morning, Kevin," he said. "Please may I have the best smoked salmon in the house? It is a gift for the President. Badger and I are going to meet him at the horse show. How much will that be?" "Please give it as a gift to the President with my compliments," Kevin said. "Oh, thank you, Kevin," Pigín said. "That is so kind and generous of you." And off he went to the Dart. It was packed, but Pigín was pleased to see children giving their seats to older people and gentlemen giving up their seats to ladies. A gentleman never sits when a lady is standing, thought Pigín. The little piglet stood out in his top hat and tails. He chuckled to himself when he remembered how muddy he and Cian had been the day before. At Bayside Station, a lady got on with a little black and white dog. Pigín smiled at her and gave her his seat. Suddenly the lady got the dog to do tricks. "Roly-poly," she said, and the little dog rolled all round the floor of the dart. "Dance," she said, and the dog danced up and down the carriage. "Sing," she said, and he made a very strange sound indeed. "Oh!" The little dog did his best. "Hide," she said, and he dived under the seat. It was all very exciting and everybody clapped. "I never thought a trip on the dart could be such fun," Pigín said, looking around. Soon the dart arrived at Sandymount Station. Badger was there to meet Pigín. "Pigín, you look sensational. What's in the box?" Badger asked. He gasped when he saw the elegant top hat the fairies had made for him. Badger was over the moon. "And what's in the parcel?" Badger asked. "Smoked salmon for the president," Pigín said proudly. "I hope we get to meet him." The showgrounds were packed with people and the army band was playing on the bandstand. "Look at those lovely army uniforms," Pigín said. "They have 2 flute players. Maybe I should have brought mine." "Look over there," Badger said. "It's a group of ladies all lined up. They are going to pick the best dressed lady." The ladies smiled and waved when they noticed the smartly dressed Piglet and Badger. "I want the lady in blue to win," Pigín said. "She's wearing my favourite colour." "She even has blue shoes to match," Badger said. "She's gorgeous." Just then the winner was announced. "It's Emer O'Driscoll from Cork," the man on the stand said, as the lady in blue stepped forward to accept a big bunch of flowers and lots of parcels. "I just knew she would be the winner," Pigín said. "Now let's go and see the horse jumping." As they got to their seats, the president arrived. Pigín helped Badger up onto the seat beside him. "These are great seats," he said. "They are so close to where the president is sitting." All the people clapped and stood up for the president, and then the horse jumping began. It was such a thrill to see the horses up close. The whole arena was a wonderful sight. The winner was a young man on a horse called Starlet. They had the only clear round with no faults. "It is my great pleasure to present you with this silver cup," the president said, as he pinned a big red rosette on the horse's head. "Come this way, Pigín and Badger," said a man in a top hat. "You are going to meet the president." "I can't believe it," Badger said. "Let's go." They were presented to the president, bowing slightly and removing their hats. "Please accept a gift of smoked salmon from Nicky's place on Howth Pier," Pigín said, as he gave the parcel to the president. "Thank you very much," the president said. "We are having guests for lunch tomorrow, and we shall use it then." And so it was time for everyone to go home after such an exciting day. "It was perfect. The sun shone and it never rained," Pigín said. "We had the best of crack," Badger replied, patting his friend on the back. "Before you go home on the dart," Badger added, "how about a cup of tea and a slice of chocolate cake in my house?" "That would be lovely," Pigín said. "But before we do, let's write 3 thank you notes. A note to Nanakit for the tickets today, a note to thank the fairies for the top hats, and last but not least, a note to thank Kevin for the salmon. Sally Seagull will deliver them for us." "Before you do anything else," the photographer said, stopping beside them, "I must take a photo of you both for tomorrow's paper." Pigín and Badger stood side by side to have their photograph taken. Then the friends walked happily up the street, still looking very fine in their top hats and tails, even after a long and very eventful day.